Personally, I don't want Islam in this country, but I believe that we need to adapt some of the ideals of Islam, but not Islam, to the old existing people here.
So when you say you don't want Islam in this country, you don't mean Muslims. Are Muslims welcome and Islam not welcome? Is that the distinction you're making? Or are you saying, like Trump, he's clear that Muslims not welcome. In your view, are Muslims welcome in this country or Islam not welcome? Which one are your
Muslims?
Muslims are not welcome.
The reason why is because
all right, see you later.
I'm more into preserving like English, not just culture but also its people. And the main thing that's endangering that is the immigration from Islamic countries or from outside of Europe into Europe. It's not so much I have a problem with
So
Muslims.
it's basically immigration, not Muslims.
It's not so much I have a problem with Islam, more problem with people from outside coming into here.
So it's not an Islamic problem that you have, it's immigration.
Yeah, more.
Yeah, right.
Obviously, that's more of it, pretty much.
Yeah, but in terms of
But
Islam,
obviously-
Islam and its values, do you agree or disagree with them?
I don't agree with like Allah and all this, but I appreciate and I agree with some of the things such as like subjugating women and
Islam subjugates women.
No, like having like a patriarchy with men and women, like women sort of being like housekeepers and.
Where do you get that from? From culture or from Islam?
Is that from Islam?
No, I mean I guess, but I'm saying in Islam a lot like women tend to be, as they say, half of a man.
No. This is interesting. I mean, I'm having really a fun discussing with you because you're like a very, an example of how people, perceive about a religion and its teaching based on the actions of the people.
No,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's not so much about Islam, but more about the people.
What I'm saying is,
outside.
I agree with you that if we were to take Islam from the actions of the Muslims, I probably would get a wrong picture about Islam. Because Muslims are not representing their values and principles and the teachings of what Islam says. So if we were to judge Islam by the actions of the people, I would agree with you. That's not the religion, perhaps, the true religion. Or that's not the way of life that we should follow and adopt in any society. But then again, we should be asking ourselves this question, right? Are Muslims following their religion? If Muslims...
Some of them are.
If Islam says, do not kill innocent people, and you see people blowing up in 7/7.
I don't really care too much about terrorist attacks. I don't care about that.
You don't?
kind of
I
stuff
do. Terrorist
too much.
attacks?
Yes, so I'm being honest here. Like, obviously they kill women, it's a horrible thing. But it's only a minority people being
What about
killed.
women? What do you consider Islam's take on women is?
No,
Does Islam
like,
consider...
that's
There's quite a few women around, right? I don't have to speak on women's behalf.
Personally, I don't think they should have to be covering up. But I like the way you guys have like arranged marriages.
Let's talk about cover up. Let's talk about covering up. Why do we wear clothes? What's the purpose?
I don't think they should. I don't think it should be like that, like having a cover up. I don't think it's very good looking. I don't think I don't want to be looking at people.
When you say
covered up.
covering up, you mean how women dress, right?
Yeah, I guess I just don't like. I don't think they're very fashionable burqas. I don't think they exactly look very sexy, and I just don't. I
don't like red caps.
Brother,
Well,
I think you hit the nail on the head. You actually hit the nail on the head. Did you notice what he said?
I know why you had them because they're on the very.
No. You hit the nail on the head. You closed the issue. There's no further discussion. You know what? You considered the burqas are not very fashionable, but that's not my point. Not very sexy. They're precisely for that reason not to be, so that you don't look at them as a sexual object.
Oh, no,
wait, slow down.
Wait.
Burqas are meant to give you a barrier, an obstacle, which gives you this impression they're not objects of sexual nature. That is what the purpose of your burqa would be, right? There are actually human beings behind the burqa who have an intellect and who have perhaps more.
Yes, but I think there are better ways to go
who
around
may be
that
more.
than wear burqa.
Look, clever than you are. No, what I'm saying is, burqas are designed to stop people from looking at them in a sexual nature. because it's a loose clothing that goes over your body.
No. You can wear normal clothing without wearing a burqa.
A
And then not
burqa's
be
purpose.
obsessively.
Look.
I know you can wear normal clothing.
Let me tell you historically.
Without having to be like sexy.
Wait. Slow down.
sexually looking.
Historically, in the Arabian society, there were lots of women, and they had their services around for man. Right? Man can go and use their services, like we have today. Prostitution houses. Yeah, legalized prostitution houses. When Islam commanded for women to draw the veils of her head and cover the bosoms, is to distinguish her from those loose women, so that she is seen to be a woman of what? Higher status. That she is a woman of a higher status of what kind? She's a righteous woman. She is not a loose woman. That she needs to be treated with care, respect. Not you molest her. The Quran says so that you're not molested. Because if you are, look, if you see a woman wearing bikinis and go on here and walking past, a lot of men will follow her. With the intent of what? Sexual nature. Let's go and chat up with this woman or girl or bird, they say, right? That's what they do. This is what this clothing attracts. But when you have someone covering herself, she's telling you,
yes, but
look.
I'm not saying
she's giving you a signal that I am not a sexual object.
No, I'm not.
Do you
I'm
get
not
that?
I get that. But
You don't get it?
I said I get it. I get it totally.
Very good.
But
that serves its
No, I'm
purpose.
saying the English people can do it in their own way. A similar thing, but in their own way. They need to make their own decisions and their own way of doing this kind of stuff.
Can I ask some of you this question? Have you made your own decisions to wear what you wear?
Yes.
You know, but I mean, but in an English way. Obviously, they're doing it according to their culture
hang on.
and their religion.
I would like you to have a conversation with a Muslim woman who, on her own way, decided on her own will to dress like this.
Yes, obviously, but
What's wrong with that?
culture.
What's wrong with that? It's not
English
people.
culture. Yes, come on.
Okay, is that from your culture?
They
Okay,
wear.
basically, I wasn't wearing one until I decided to wear one.
Yes, obviously you decided to, but that's because people around you and it's already a pre-existing kind of thing. It's only a pre-existing concept. But I believe that English people
Why
can
don't
make their
you
own
take her own admission what she says rather than no. Why is this barrier automatically? No, you're not right. Let me tell you why you've worn it. It's like this, my friend. No, let me tell you why you wear your burqa or your scarf. Because your father tells you, your husband tells you. No, she's telling you, no. She's wearing it on her own accord.
Yes, I know that. I'm not saying that's necessarily true. I'm not saying that's necessarily true. But my thing is that it doesn't. You have your way of doing stuff, and this kind of idea of a burqa, it comes from the Middle East, and it should say that. But if we want a similar
Comes from
thing
Middle
here,
East.
come from Islam, then it comes from the Middle East.
Are you saying people? Are you saying people before Islam were not dressing very modestly, covering their head?
I'm not necessarily saying
Have
that.
you heard?
I'm saying
Have you ever seen
nowadays,
a picture?
People wear burqas nowadays are generally
One
Islamic.
example. Have you ever seen a picture of Virgin Mary without her head covering? Have you ever seen anywhere? Just something. Which country are you from?
I was born in Russia, but
In Russia. Have you seen in Russia the picture of a Virgin Mary?
Oh no, I knew they covered up, but that's according to their culture.
Is that before Islam or after Islam?
I'm not. It doesn't matter when.
Right.
I'm saying. I've got nothing against that. I never said I have anything against covering up.
What we
I never
established.
said anything. But what I said is they made their own way. Of
No,
doing
what we
it.
have established
Just like
is
we can make our way of doing it.
burqas or hijab
We don't need
did
like
not.
Islam to make our own way of covering up, for example.
My friend.
We can do it in our own way.
Do you agree now?
No, I never said
hijab did not come from Middle East. Do you now agree?
No, I know. People always because I'm like nonsense.
That's what I said. It's a Middle East thing.
No, but I'm saying, but that does not mean that Islam belongs here. Like I said, we can make our
Islam
own
doesn't belong
culture
here.
with covering up. Women can cover themselves up here, but not have to be Islamic.
Judaism belong here.
What?
Judaism belong here.
No,
Okay. Which religion belongs here? Which religion?
I know, but in the end, it's all in the same principle. It's all under the same idea, general idea of Islamic. Islam.
We have guidelines. There's
No, I'm saying it's the same. Come on, you guys are
So,
Muslims.
now-
it generally goes back to a similar idea. You guys may be dressed differently, but go back to a similar idea. Obviously, for example, Christians can cover themselves up. I know that. But that's them choosing their own way, Christians. But does not mean that you guys have to come here and cover up.
Okay. Which religion belongs here?
Because this is a place for the people of Europe who've been here for a long time. People of Europe. Europe is for Europeans.
Are you English, by the way? Are you English?
No, I told you.
You don't belong here too?
No, but no, the reason...
Do you belong here?
No, I'll tell you why.
No, I want to ask you this question first, then tell me why. Do you belong here? And then continue
Yes,
answer.
I do.
But you're not English, are you?
No, there's a reason for that. I'll tell you.
So if there is a reason, we can belong.
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
No, there's difference. There's difference between someone from Europe, or it's a quite closely related group, going around at the moment. Like, and obviously in an idealistic world, I prefer like things to generally be more close. But at the moment,